São quase 13 anos aí trabalhando por essa oportunidade. Tanto as vitórias, mas principalmente as derrotas, me fez ser o atleta que vai chegar no UFC, mostrar para o mundo inteiro o que eu sou capaz. Meu nome é Brendson Ribeiro, sou natural de Vila Maú, no estado do Pará, tenho 26 anos e a minha equipe é a Evolução Thai. Eu cresci em Vila Maú, ali era o interior do estado do Pará. Com os meus 9, 10 anos eu me mudei para Marituba, um bairro um pouco perigoso. Conheci muita gente ali que acabou se desviando para um mau caminho. Graças a Deus o esporte não deixou eu ir para esse lado. E eu tô aqui, né, para correr atrás do meu objetivo, que é buscar esse contrato para UFC. Uma das minhas maiores conquistas foi recentemente, eu acabei me tornando campeão do Chutô Brasil até 93 quilos. Eu acho que todo atleta, antes de ir para um grande evento, tem que ser campeão de algum evento nacional. E eu acho que ser campeão do Chutô Brasil foi o que me credenciou a estar aqui no Dana White Contender Series. Eu tenho um cartel hoje de 14 vitórias, 5 derrotas e 1 não contest. Eu sou o cara que entra lá para decidir. Se você olhar meu cartel, são 8 nocautes, 6 finalizações. O meu adversário se chama Bruno Lopes. É um cara que é o campeão do LFA aí, mas não tem as habilidades que eu tenho. Estou bastante confiante para esse combate, estou pronto, preparado e a fim de uma guerra. Nocaute e finalização não importa, eu vou terminar com a minha luta.
Eu acredito que eu passando por essa luta, 99% de chance de eu ganhar o meu contrato com o UFC, e eu acredito que eu vou servir de referência para a galera, para a juventude, que com trabalho duro, com disciplina e com foco você consegue chegar no seu objetivo. Meu nome é Bruno Lopes, eu tenho 30 anos, sou da cidade de São Paulo, represento a academia Chinatim / Thiago Miranda. No ano de 2016, não tinha mais motivação para treinar. Eu era campeão de um evento nacional que na época era um dos maiores eventos que tinha e resolvi parar. Não é o que eu quero para mim e decidi largar tudo e mudei para o interior. Aí, com o tempo, eu já tinha vontade de voltar a lutar, só que as coisas, como eu tinha largado tudo, as coisas começaram a acontecer na minha vida. E eu falava, e agora? O que eu vou fazer para me voltar? Até que veio a pandemia, aí começou a passar coisa na minha cabeça, eu falava, eu preciso saber o que eu quero porque não dá para viver assim. Daqui a pouco eu vou morrer e vou viver com esse sentimento de que eu poderia chegar no UFC, sabendo do meu talento e não vou. Foi onde eu decidi voltar para a luta de cabeça. E no final apareceu a oportunidade de eu lutar no LFA, aí eu tava com 10-0. Aí os caras me ofereceram a luta pelo cinturão do LFA. E foi onde que eu falei a oportunidade que eu precisava para mim chegar onde eu quero. Eu sabia que se eu conquistasse esse cinturão, seria a porta de entrada no UFC. Aí acabou que não veio a entrada direta, mas veio o contender, que é uma das principais portas. O meu currículo é 11-0, o meu estilo de luta ele é buscar a luta o tempo inteiro. Isso dificulta para quem luta comigo, porque eu não dou espaço, pressionando e pressionando meu adversário até que ele não aguente mais. Quando fechar a porta do octógono, vai ser um show, ou nocaute ou finalização antes dos 3 rounds.
My name is Ramon the Savage Tavares. I'm fighting under Bulldog Boxing, and I'm here to show everybody I'm the best in the world. I grew up in a rough neighborhood called Caravan in Jacksonville, Florida. When I first walked into Bulldog Boxing, I was 15 years old. If I don't walk into Bulldog Boxing, I'm either going to be dead or in jail. I was in bad situations, doing things I wasn't supposed to do. Nobody has ever done nothing from where I came from. Family, no inspirations of like somebody that was doing something or somebody to look up to. The impact I'm about to have in my city is going to be amazing. The whole world to know about me, the Savage, about my coach, my gym. And if it wasn't for my coach, I probably wouldn't be here today. MMA kept me on that straight path because I felt like I could be myself. This UFC contract would mean everything to my family because I've been through a lot of shit that I thought was gonna come back from. For me to earn that contract is basically like me showing that it wasn't for nothing. I would not be stopped because I got too much to fight for. And if this guy thinks he's gonna stop me from getting my dream, he's mistaken. He doesn't have a shot. There's no way in hell that dude's gonna beat me.
had the dream to be in the UFC since I was 16 years old, since I was a teenager. My name is Surrey City. I'm 26 years old, and I'm fighting out of Aegis MMA and Burlington Training Center. I was born in Chernivtsi, Ukraine. I moved to Canada when I was 6. Growing up there, I was young, but I know it was a hard life for my family. My parents just really wanted to give me a better life. They believed that if I moved to Canada with them, that I would have a better opportunity for myself. In summer, I decided I need to join a martial arts gym because I had zero self-confidence and zero ability to fight. My coaches taught me that discipline, hard work, perseverance, they are the ones that believed in me when nobody else believed in me. My life changes tonight because I'm going to get that contract, and from then on, it's just going to be big things, and I'm so excited for it. I see my advantages in every part of this fight, to be honest. I believe I'm a better striker, I believe I'm a better grappler, I believe I'm more conditioned, I'm more powerful. What excites me about this matchup is that he's also a finisher. I believe this kind of opponent is going to bring out that best in me. I'm going to show the world that I'm an elite level fighter and I'm the next big thing coming out of Canada.
There's a saying that I like to live by, vivere militare est, which means to live is to fight. So who I am as a fighter is who I am as a person. My name is Chad Honeycomb. I fight out of Kwan Vessel's Academy in South Africa, and I'm here to earn my contract to the UFC. I have a professional record of 9-2. I have a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a very well-rounded athlete. From the age of 6, I played rugby and didn't stop until I found MMA at the age of 21. I gave up professional rugby contracts and a professional career to pursue this dream of mixed martial arts. Chad Honeycomb and rugby was synonymous. I basically gave up who people thought I was to pursue something that I thought I could be. I believe I'm the whole package. Tactical, patient, and able to make good decisions under pressure. I think my overall self-awareness in my skill set is my most dangerous asset. He's got a tough task on his hand. It comes down to savagery, and I don't believe he's got that dog in him. We have a little saying, no matter who fights me and no matter how the fight goes, they never want to fight me again. This fight is equally as important as any other fight. It's not only about getting to the UFC, it's about being someone in the UFC. It's the beginning of the next chapter. Tonight's the night that I meet with destiny.
My beginning in martial arts was pretty small. I started at a local gym where I lived in Sydney, and from there I just started training for fun, and I slowly built my way up. My name is Cameron Ralston. I'm 28 years old. I was born in Sydney, Australia, and I'm coming onto the Contender Series to win my UFC contract. I have a nickname, it's the Battle Giraffe. I got given that by Brad Riddell one day in the gym when we were sparring, and he said I was moving my head around like a giraffe. My MMA record is 8 wins, 2 losses, and I also have a kickboxing record of 13-2. I train out of City Kickboxing. We've got a huge stable of active fighters in the UFC. You got 2 world champions, it doesn't get much better. You got to always mind your P's and Q's. You got to be sharp. You can't have a bad day because they'll make it a worse day. My opponent is Chad Honeycomb. He's very tall. He's a good striker, and I think he's a better grappler. But you know, I've got a tall training partner named Israel Adesanya as well, so I'll be ready. What excites me most about my contender fight would be the fact that there's going to be thousands of people watching. I've never had that many people watch my fights before, and it's a good opportunity and a good chance for me to introduce myself to the UFC and to the whole world. I know it's a big fight, and I can deal with all the pressure, I can deal with all the hype around it. I've got the best coaches in the world behind me, and they know that it has to be an exciting fight, so the game plan is going to be to win and to make it exciting. A UFC contract means that my life is going to change. It's going to open up a lot more opportunities for me, open up a lot of doors, and I'm ready for all of those. Dana White, there's another middleweight coming out of City Kickboxing.
Me llamo Kevin Vallejos, tengo 21 años, soy de ciudad de Mar del Plata. Represento a Brother of Life, un club de ahí de Mar del Plata. Por nocaut, sumisión o tarjeta, quiero ganar el contender y llegar a... Soy de 4 hermanos, soy el más chico, vivo con mis viejos, mi mamá, mi papá, mis 3 hermanos. Y al principio cuando arranqué amateur, obviamente no van a querer, no le gustaba el hecho de que yo me subiera a una jaula a golpearme con otro. Como cualquier madre o padre no van a querer eso, menos para un futuro. Pero hoy día, viendo todo lo que me esforcé, viendo todo lo que el sacrificio que hice y a dónde estoy hoy día, ellos están muy contentos. Amo lo que hago, amo pelear, así que nunca es una derrota si yo disfruto de la pelea. Es importante el contender porque la verdad que me ayudaría a mí económicamente y a mi familia económicamente a retribuir un poco de todo lo que ellos me dieron y me siguen dando y me van a seguir dando. Retribuir un poco de todo eso.
Eu sou o melhor do mundo sempre. É só isso que eu vou conseguir responder pra você. Meu nome é Gia Silva, sou conhecido como Lord Assassin, o cara mais agressivo dessa parada. Tenho 26 anos, vim de Florianópolis e hoje eu represento Fight Nerds. Então, realmente eu tinha um excesso de peso nessa pequena parte da minha infância. Eu vim ficar de cadeira de roda e por questão disso, nesse 1 ano eu acabei extrapolando, assim, a balança não queria mais, eu não queria balança, queria só comer. E aí, por conta disso, também sofri um pouco, acho que hoje é chamado bullying, ele é uma palavra que tá bem no meio da gente, infelizmente. E sofri bastante com isso. Mas aí, o Lorde nasceu nessa época aí, e aí tudo mudou. Essa oportunidade de Contender Series vai deixar eu bater no cara que disse ser o melhor do mundo dentro da maior plataforma que é o UFC. Eu vou entrar lá, vou bater no cara que é o maior do mundo, entre aspas, que ainda não me conheceu. O Lorde vai dar o show dele, com toda certeza. A partir daí ele vai ficar sendo visto no mundo todo novamente.
Tonight you're talking with the future UFC star. Every time that I'm in the cage, the show is exceptional. Like, I prefer to finish by knockout, submission. I always give a good show. My name is Corinne Laframboise. I'm 34 years old and I'm fighting for Brazilian top team in Montreal. I'm a bit late to start on the martial arts. I had a background of 14 years of gymnastics and I start with Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu got me hooked because the feeling that you have when the opponent decide to quit, it's really good. So I started with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and I decided to switch in professional mixed martial arts right away to get paid to do what I love in life instead of paying for it. So I do the transition and I focus more on English boxing. When I'm not fighting, I study to be a dental hygienist. Totally different of that combat sport. Some people say that I break tooth during the weekend and I can fix it during the week. So I just roll my card and create an employee. I'm super happy to be part of this Dana White Contender Series. That goal to go in the UFC, it's one of my goals since the beginning. I never quit the goal. If the fight is getting to the ground, I have plenty to play on the ground. But both, I work a lot of my boxing skills and it can be interesting. You can be sure that I'm going to give everything to have that contract. So I'm glad to be there, to be able to shine as I do. But it's going to be a win and a contract on the UFC. Because I'm going to be there at 200% and we're going to play it tonight.
No, I think getting punched in the face sucks, but it's nowhere near what life can hit you with. I've hit rock bottom a few times in my life and I've had to pull myself out. And I think my biggest strength is being able to take adversity and come out on top on the other side. My name is Rain Guerrero. I'm 31, fighting out of War Training Center. I started playing softball my freshman year of high school and I ended up being the only girl in my entire class that got a full ride athletic scholarship. Took too many hours, was training too long, ended up losing that scholarship. So that was kind of the beginning of the downward spiral for me. I got really bad into drinking. I gained about 100 pounds, fell into a depression, and basically, you know, I ended up just being in a really bad abusive relationship. Finally, one day I was like, you know, enough is enough, decided to leave that guy. He came to my window in the middle of the night, puts half of his body in and like puts a gun in my head. And like I just kind of wake up, just pure reaction, I grab it, turn it away from me. He shoots it 3 times. And one of them pierced me in my legs. I started yelling, started screaming. My roommate at the time comes home like 2 minutes after it happened. Then a few minutes, the ambulance comes, take me to the hospital, and the doctor said it was a miracle that the bullet missed both femurs and both arteries. I lost ability to walk for a little bit. I lost my job. My car broke down at the same time, and then I didn't feel comfortable living there, right, because this guy's still on the loose, because he was calling and threatening to, you know, finish the job and stuff. But they ended up catching him. He's in jail now. So that was like a huge turning point for me, right? I remember laying in bed, and I remember just thinking like, this is not who I am. I decided that day like I wasn't gonna be a victim anymore. I took a kickboxing class as a way to lose the weight and learn how to defend myself. That's how my MMA career started and just kind of quickly escalated. MMA definitely saved my life. It gave me the confidence I had lost, and it helped me find myself again. I want people to know that you can hit rock bottom and you can turn it around. I want people to know that you can achieve anything in this life. And to have that contract, there's no words to describe it.